Right, I don't know where it went off. A bit annoying, but I've reset it all. We're back up again. This is part 2. Just saying that it should be a war crime for any military power to use any nuclear base as a shield for their troops. So anything nuclear, i.e. nuclear power stations or nuclear recycling centres or anything like that, must not be allowed, thank you, to be used, or anything within 1 mile of them to be used to shelter or hide military equipment, military weapons, troops, that kind of thing. It should be a war crime, as it should be to bomb or target within 1 mile of said facilities. That should be a slam dunk. If you're around when Chernobyl was around, you'll know that it doesn't take much for you. I mean, that was it was a fairly big nuclear power station, but it wasn't the biggest. It's nowhere near as big as this one, and it affected most of Europe, including farming in Cumbria, which you wouldn't expect. Imagine if all those 4 go up in one go, then we are looking at a world disaster, and we would all be glowing in the dark. We won't worry about global warming anymore. That's for definite anyway. So yeah, that should be a war crime. End of. There's nothing else you can say about that. It just should be. There's also Ryan Giggs as well, former Man United player, former. That's what I mean. It would destroy. Well, it wouldn't destroy it, but like a bomb. It doesn't go off like a bomb, but the nuclear fallout would go everywhere, and that's what would affect us. It's the fallout that's more damaging than the actual explosion itself, and it's not a bomb, so it won't go off. It won't go off like, Hiroshima or anything like that. I mean, Chernobyl didn't go off like Hiroshima, but it did affect a lot of people, and there are places around there where you can't actually go, even now. So yeah. Anyway, Ryan Giggs is on trial for allegedly abusing his ex-girlfriend. Next up, what a week it's been in America, or as I like to call it. Meanwhile, in America, so we've had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just checking these are in the right order. Nothing nuclear, don't worry. To be fair, it's not all about America. It's just the way the Americans report stuff. Whoa. There we go. South Korea spacecraft, South Korea, launched to the moon. It's the country's first one. A $180 million satellite to scatter possible landing spots for future missions to the moon. So South Korea are now in the space race. Oh, JT, you preempt me fairly quickly. A girl, 15, shot and killed by a boy aged 9 playing with a loaded gun. The boy tragically shot her in the head whilst he was playing with a gun which was loaded. I mean, the poor boy, I mean, obviously the family of the girl and everything, but the boy has got to live for the rest of his life knowing that he killed someone with a gun when he was 9. It just begs belief the fact that people can do stuff like that in America. You leave a gun lying around and your kids start playing with it. 6 people shot at Atlanta Park, 1 dead, and a 6-year-old critically injured. I wouldn't say it was necessarily backward, but it's not the brightest country in the world, is it? They think they're the greatest as well. She always worries me. As we've said countless times, there's a quote: "We are just asking citizens to find a way to resolve conflict without weapons. Don't let them have the weapons in the first place. No weapons? Then it's punchy, 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 or stabby, stabby, stabby. But that's not gun crime. That's not mass shooting. We have stabbings in the UK. Europe have stabbings as well, but we very, 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 very rarely have shootings of any kind. So yeah, just get rid of the weapons. Meanwhile, one of the biggest crimes of the century has occurred. Texas barbecue restaurant manager says that a thief has stole almost $3,000 worth of brisket, which is beef. And they've referred to it as a brisket heist. What? I mean, it's sort of a brisket heist than a mass gun shooting or anything, but anyway. Army veterans get 18 months for stealing. Oh, I'm sorry. Army veteran gets 18 months for stealing. Wait for this. $2.1 million in military gear from a Texas base. $2.1 million of stuff this person has got out of the secure base. She pleaded guilty to stealing dozens of Army thermal scopes, radios and night vision goggles. Do you see the smoke shop stabbing a few days ago? The guy protected his show with a Bowie-sized knife. Pretty vicious, but the guy survived. Oh, shop. Yeah. North Carolina County to place an AR-15 in each school in response to Uvalde massacre. Hopefully we'll never need it, but I want my guys to be as prepared as they can be, the local sheriff said. Let's put more guns in schools, because that's a good idea. I mean, it's not bolting the door after the horse, not closing the gate after the horse has bolted. It's, I mean, who uses it? Who's going to be the person who gets it? What happens if one of the kids get it? Anyway, Jessica Chastain has met with Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky in Kyiv. I don't know whether it was just for jollies or whether it's just to offer support, but it's nice to know that people haven't forgot Ukraine is going on. A Chile sinkhole is now large enough to swallow the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. It's doubled in size, and no one knows why. It's just a very, very, very big hole in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it could have been there for years, to be fair, but no, it's doubled in size fairly recently. This is related to a story later on, I think. Apocalyptic weather in Delaware sends beach umbrellas flying. A beachgoer captured video at Bethany Beach as rain and wind swept the coast. So they're not jellyfish, they're actually the big umbrellas that you shelter under on the beach. They're them floating around. Also looks, it could be something from like D-Day, something like that, couldn't it, with all the parachutes coming down. More of that later. Well, it might be a different beach, but yeah, definitely related story. Utah man arrested for stealing excavator and digging up a parking lot. He was arrested after authorities say he stole an excavator from a construction site and drove it a mile to a grocery store and then dug up the car park. Because that's what you do. I mean, what I'd do is I'd go to my house and dig up the garden or something that I wanted to do, rather than digging up a... Anyway. A fourth set of human remains found in Lake Mead as water levels hit record lows. I mentioned before, there are droughts everywhere around the world at the minute and floods in the places where there aren't droughts. There's no in between. So more human remains have been discovered as water levels hit record lows amid a severe drought. So yeah, not good at all. Do you reckon I was those fill-ins? No, me neither. Bronx smash and grab nets over $2 million in high-end diamond jewellery. Classic smash and grab heist in the Bronx netted the clutch of thieves more than $2.5 million in a high-end diamond jewellery during a wild on video robbery on Friday last week. I mean, $2.5 million in a Bronx jeweler shop. You think they'd have some kind of security? I mean, the only reference I've got for Bronx is Die Hard 3, Vengeance, where he's sent out there with the board on. Anyway, we won't talk about that. President Biden, everyone's favourite president at the moment. No, me neither. Is feeling great as he departs White House for first time since his multiple COVID infections. He tested negative, and then he got a rebound case. So he's been stuck in the White House for quite a while, but now he's allowed out. Oh yeah, there was another president, wasn't there? Donald Trump. Now this is the beginning of the week. Bear with me. Donald Trump hints at a 2024 White House comeback bid. The time is coming, he said. He's preparing to run for president and suggested an announcement will come soon. Trust me, there's a lot more coming from him. He's not been in the news for a while. I've not mentioned Trump for a while. Was selling lemonade for whatever reason. This guy comes up, gives him $100 banknote, and then demands $85 in legal tender, and then walks off. So not only has he got a drink, but the poor kid has lost $100 in stock. And so yeah, that's bad. That is bad. I think my PC is getting a bit hot. Is it still working? Yeah, we're on the next one. That's good. Oklahoma father kills his 3 children before turning gun on himself. It's a gun. The 3 victims were all under the age of 7. Absolutely horrendous. I am still here. That's good. This gentleman here allegedly took a picture of himself without pants, and it is warm. I'll be honest with you, I'm not standing up for a reason. He said the photo was not of him, but would not say who it was, and hung up when the reporter rang him to ask what was going on. Tragic. A Good Samaritan, another gun thing in America. A Good Samaritan was shot trying to stop robbers at a smoke shop. I assume that means tobacconist. A Good Samaritan was who stepped in when 4 robbers stuck up for his pal's Upper West Side store was shot in the foot early Monday. So not life-threatening, but certainly life-changing. I mean, you know, don't help people in America. It's just horrible. More sad news. Putin loses senior commander in Ukraine. Nikolai Gorbon, who's a lieutenant colonel, was killed on August the 2nd, which, I mean, yeah, okay, the Russians, they're the baddies and all that, but, you know, we don't want people dying. Why don't we just, you know, shake hands and move on? Being called a war criminal by Roger Waters. Biden has been called a war criminal by Roger Waters. Pink Floyd, Roger Waters. What's he got to do with him for a start? Blaming him for fueling the fire with the Ukraine war. I mean, he's not the brightest one ever, but I wouldn't call him a war criminal. I mean, there are more war criminals going on than what they're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, China extends military drills around Taiwan after Pelosi visit. So the exercises that they did are now being extended because they're really, really upset that Nancy Pelosi went there. I mean, you'd be more upset if Nancy Pelosi turned up at your house, I'll be honest with you. We've already done that one. Such a good story, though. I thought I'd mention it twice. Where are we? There we go. Oh no, we've done that one as well. Oh no, we're getting repeats. Oh no, there we go. So, Florida County School deputies will carry large rifles on campus. So, it's the school deputies who'll be carrying the guns. Large rifles around squirrels, around squirrels, around classes and schools. It's like, what? How is that going to help the situation? I honestly don't know. Nancy Pelosi again, what's she up to this time? Pelosi blasts scared bully as and mixes up China and Taiwan. So House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ripped Chinese President Xi Jinping as a scared bully on Tuesday before mistakenly claiming that Beijing fosters one of the free societies in the world. No, don't think so, dear. I think you've got that slightly wrong. It's good you're not important or in power or anything, isn't it? What's that doing? Don't you dare do that. So yeah. Most of the USA is disappointed China returned Nancy. Ohio governor declares August the 19th Dolly Parton Day. Woo woo woo! Woo woo woo! What they should do, they should have it from the 9th of August to the 5th of September, and then they can say it's 95. And everyone gets a holiday. That's what I do. Or everyone gets a holiday that day, I suppose, yeah, from 9 to 5. If in America, I just make doors locked once school started and I'll be able to open from the inside. Just make one area where you go in and out and be checked before doing so. Well, they do that in British schools now. I've been picking up my grandson from school, and it's very difficult to get in, which is good, obviously. And this is all from Dunblane, which was like, 20 odd years ago. So, we've sorted it out. Southwest flight attendant breaks back during landing. It was that rough, she actually thought the plane had crashed. It went to John Wayne Airport. John Wayne Airport? There's a John Wayne Airport? What? Well, anyway. And the flight attendant sadly broke her back. I mean, I've not flown very far, but I've had a lot of landings and taking off and stuff like that. And yeah, some landings are a lot worse. You can't get to school once school starts. No, you can't. And if you're late with your child, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Ukraine Zelensky calls for travel ban on Russians entering Western nations. Now, it's so simple. Why has no one thought of this before? He's urging Western governments to bar Russians from entering their country. That's brilliant. That's genius. Why? Literally, why have we not done that before? This guy should be the president of the world. This is the American take on the explosions in Crimea. A video circulated on social media purporting to show large explosions at military airfield in the Saki district of Crimea, annexed by Russian forces in 2014. So yeah, that's one cigarette. Remember, that's what the Russians say, so it must be true. FBI search Melinda's wardrobe and spent hours in Trump's private office, and didn't leave until 6:30 p.m. having arrived at 9 a.m. These are a little bit out of order. Do you see the Russian tank had to drive into a lake because it was being shelled? No, I didn't see that. Alabama boy made up story about mother's death, then admits he accidentally shot her. Get rid of guns. It's not difficult. Obviously, this is America, but just make anyone having a gun illegal. Where am I going here? Where am I going here? Have I missed that one out? I missed that out. Have I missed that out as well? I missed a whole row out here. We're going back a bit. Trump releases a campaign-style video decrying nation in decline. Just hours after the FBI raided his Mar-a-Lago estate, former President Donald Trump posted an apocalyptic-sounding campaign decrying the US become a failing nation. Oh, we love Donald Trump. Could do with him coming back. No, maybe not. 3 dead after a hostage situation during a NA meeting, Narcotics Anonymous. Yeah, it doesn't say what, but one can imagine what the cause of it was. I'm losing my voice here. Is there any funny? I don't. It's all bad at the minute. Kathy Hodgkin, the woman at the top, demands inmates in prison must now be called incarcerated person. What fucking difference does it make? No one gives a flying what they're called, least of all them, because woke. Fuming. And then we've got a graph. Major crime continues to surge in New York. It's up 36% this year. However, murders and shootings saw a dip of about 10%, but only up to last Sunday. Could be well over again. There is some funny stuff, don't worry. Like this, for example. A naked machete-wielding Florida man tries to rob victim of clothing. The victim told deputies that a naked Brandon Wright came running out of the bushes and told him to hand over his garments, wallet and phone. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger's took Terminator 2 seriously. Or it's real and he's come from the future. As we know, they can't send clothes back. I can never figure that out. They can't send them in clothes, but they can send the actual where is it? There it is. The actual metal skull thing and everything. But they can't actually send clothes. Yeah, doesn't make sense. Yeah, I need your clothes, your boots, and your iPhone. There's a picture of them there. They've actually very nicely smudged out his bumhole, which is lovely. We don't want to see a bumhole. Good news, fuel prices are coming down. Gas prices are dipping below $4 a gallon for the first time in months. And they're also coming down in the UK as well. We're now looking at about $1.75 a litre, not dollars, UK pounds, British sterling. But yeah, the prices of fuel is starting to come down. It'll go up again, but it's coming down for now. China warns of new virus. New virus. This is not COVID. This is not anything they know about. 35 people have been sickened by it. I don't even know what sickened means. Nearly 3 dozen people have been sickened by a new virus spreading in China. Scientists are warning it is too early to tell if it is deadly or if it spreads amongst humans. But 35 people have got it. I imagine it does spread amongst humans, but whether it's deadly or not. But yeah, anyone ready for COVID-20? No? No, me neither. Steven Seagal. He's such a handsome, brilliant actor. And so level-headed. Pushes Kremlin propaganda during Ukraine visit. Steven Seagal visited the prison in Donbass region and claimed that the last month's attack that killed more than 50 Ukrainian POWs was carried out using US supplied HIMARS. And he should know because he's an expert on these things, and he's such a level-headed kind of guy. So yeah, I believe him. Inflation surges to 8.5% in July. So they're on about a stiff rate hike. So it's not just the UK. And people say, oh, it's the British government, it's Brexit, it's all this. No, it's worldwide, this thing. You know, guys, don't blame people who can't do anything about anything because it's worldwide. Do you want to land an aeroplane? I was about on a freeway. A plane makes a dramatic crash landing on a Californian highway before bursting into flames. The pilot, as far as I'm aware, was okay. He got out, but the plane was completely destroyed. Which is, if you're into planes, it's a tragedy. It's very sad. Then, went further and further down here. How's about this? Spooky. A skunk sprays a church robbery suspect moments before he got arrested. So they don't have guard dogs in churches. They have guard skunks. Sprayed him just before the cops got there. It's a bit like that smart water we have over here, isn't it, in banks and things. Whereas if you rob a bank and they press a button, it kind of sticks to your skin and your clothes and everything, and you can't wash it off, and then the police can come and then they can take a lump of skin out your face and then analyse it, and if it's got any smart water in it that's from the bank, then you get done for it. If it's just a hole in your face, then they say, oh, sorry about that, but here's a plaster. Seems fair enough to me. Family girl 15 killed by a 9-year-old claims shooting was over Gatorade. So the girl who was shot dead at the it was a neighbour who shot the child. The boy won't be charged, but the teen's family are saying he should be. You could say he had stinky fingers. Very good, Admiral Cat. Stinky fingers, we like that. Meanwhile, Mum, this is sick. I'll be honest with you, this is sick. Mum FaceTimed ex to show how she slit the kid's throat and killed herself as well. But I mean, boy 14 killed in possible accidental shooting in Bronx. Investigators are probing whether a group of people were in the lobby playing around with a gun when it accidentally went off, killing Jacob Borbin. Yeah, whatever she said. Where are we? We're on that one. Right, this is on the UK news, but it's also made it to America. A UK teenager was caught after hiding inside a giant teddy bear. You know the massive teddy bears you can get? They're huge. He hid in there when the police come searched his house, and they saw the teddy bear was breathing, so they tried to pick it up. They couldn't do it because he was inside it, and they arrested him. It was for something to do with car felony, robbery, damage, speed and stuff like that, and he got sentenced to a few weeks in prison. But yeah, not smart. No doubt his nickname from now on will be Teddy Boy. There's something kicking off around here. I can hear loads of sirens. Elite all-girls school in Nashville now admits anyone who identifies as a female. Sirens everywhere, and not a drop to drink. An email sent to parents states that it will be following a new policy that allows biological males who identify as female to be admitted to the school. What the hell? It's not baby batteries, but it's not far off, is it, mate? Come on. God, can you imagine if you're like a 15-year-old boy and you think, what? I can go to a girls' school if I say I'm a boy? I'm a girl? That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? If you're squeamish, you don't like rodents, then look away now. A New York City rat gets stuck in Brooklyn sidewalk. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. The change your room. Not if you're a 15-year-old boy who likes girls. It'd be fantastic. A fat rat got stuck in a sidewalk, and a pedestrian walked past and actually accidentally stood on its head and killed it. Russian surveillance aircraft enters Alaska's defense zone. Now, not many people know this, but Russia and America are really close together. That is the gap. Is that one? Yeah. Where are we? There we go. That is the gap there between Russia and America. But America, it's Alaska. And Russia is just over there. But because Russia is so big, it's easier to invade from the east than it is from the west. But if I was Russian and I wanted to invade, I'd invade from the east. A bit like Japan did when they attacked Pearl Harbor, because you don't expect them coming from that direction. So yeah, it's scary times. Let's try and sort this out. Live editing, eh? What's this like? It's almost professional, this, apart from the lack of professionalism. Are you talking about... Oh, you still talking about the rat when you were up, poor fella. So, I mean, this is so random. The news in America is so random that you just kind of plod on. Oh, we've not got long left now. Right, remember earlier on... In fact, I'll remind you earlier on. Where is it? There it is. I showed you this and said apocalyptic weather in Delaware sends beach umbrellas flying. And then, literally today, this has come up. South Carolina woman dies after being impaled by a beach umbrella. Not the same beach. She was at Garden City Beach when the umbrella broke loose from its anchoring in the wind and struck her around 12:40 p.m. Tragic story, but you know, just shows you umbrellas are dangerous. If it's professional, you have the shirt, blazer, and tie. Well, yeah. Apparently, the raid that went on at Trump's holiday home was watched by the Trump family on security TV. So they weren't there, so they just watched it on the mobile phones or the monitors or whatever. What an annoying way to die. I think any way of dying when you're not ready is not annoying, mate. Should have got in a bang though, I suppose, yeah, rather than a poke. If you get my drift, just to clarify when I say poke. So there you go then. Seems to have calmed down a bit. I'm going to have to reset everything again before next week. But nah, being eaten by a shark isn't an annoying way to die. What? We'll say that for another day, shall we? Having a fist fight with a bear and dying isn't annoying. Or a kangaroo? Well, I don't know. Right? What picture shall we leave it with? Let's leave it with that. Being hit with a flying umbrella and dying is annoying, yeah. And being poked in the ankle with a poisoned umbrella held by a Russian spy when you're waiting for a bus in London is also an annoying way to die. That was like the 70s, 80s and 90s, but it's an actual true story. So don't mess with the Ruskies. Anyway, I've survived. PC's making a lot of noise. It's not very happy. Sounds like Mary Poppins had enough of people. Oh dear. Yeah, sneaky Russians. Anyway, that is it for this week on what a week that was. It's still 27 degrees. It's about 150 degrees in here. I've done remarkably well to keep this thing on because it's nylon. It's coming off in a few seconds, I can tell you. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are. Big shout out to Angela, JT, Smiley Mac, and where is he? Someone else, wasn't there? Oh, Admiral Cat, for joining in the chat, and all being well, we'll do it again next week. Hopefully with fewer technical issues and hopefully a bit cooler as well. Anyway, that's it for now. Yeah, if you're not working, you take care. Remember, you can always watch it on catch up, and you can also listen to it on Spotify while you're working. There you go. That's an interesting concept, isn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. You take care. Hopefully we'll have a bit more funny stuff next week. But you know, you can't predict the news, can you? Until next time. Bye.